We're on clutch 8, original Goldeneye with our original Bangka female. 20 eggs laid. We lost 3 during incubation, and they started to pip on the 18th. Incubator's starting to empty out quite a bit. And they're ready. Happy Father's Day to all the dads out there. We're going to kick off today with clutch 8, which is our original Goldeneye male to our Bangka female. Again, as with the rest of our clutches, these are all natural pipped. We haven't messed with anything. And since we have several out, we're going to go ahead and put them away. So the first thing I see is really some pretty fantastic coloration already. I'm excited about that. Eggs look really good. Babies that are out look really good. We've never done this pairing before, so we don't really know what to expect. But I guess we're going to find out. I can't get them. It's crazy. Nice little normal. Belly's all closed up. No fat stomach. Just ready to go. It's actually kind of thin. I was ready. Really nice little Goldeneye here. I'm excited by the color that I'm seeing. I'll have to apologize now, guys, if the camera is picking up the flashing light. The way we use our heat tape, it pulses, and our lighting does not seem to like it. Great color. And these guys are super flighty too. That was somebody that thought it was time to eat. So we've had the parents of this clutch for quite some time. We already know what the Goldeneye can do, and we already know what the Bangka can do. But like I'd mentioned before, wow, is that something else? Is that just goop on its head?
I don't think so.
Well, okay guys, well, I mean, you're seeing this at the same time we are. If that's not goop on its head, that's a pretty neat pattern anomaly. I'm gonna get them to turn over your way a little bit. Maybe not. Hold on. Check that out. Is that not cool or what? Wow. So it's worth noting that our Bangka line has historically thrown some really cool color and pattern aberrancies. And I don't really know. I don't know if that's what we're seeing there, but I have never seen anything like that in any blood python that we've ever hatched at any point ever. And it's safe to say we're definitely in the hundreds. Well, that's exciting. You can't see it, guys, but I'm grinning quite a bit. That was a nice surprise.
Probably a keeper.
So here's what I'm used to seeing a little bit. I think we're used to seeing in our Bangka stuff. It's a little bit more white in the pattern. And definitely some aberrancies and some striping. And slip and slides. Based on what I'm seeing, these guys are all definitely ready to come out. They're I would even venture to say they're a little on the thin side. Look at those big inky black spots on there. Isn't that cool? That should be towards its bottom. The belly. We're seeing. Hello, kiddo. Can I interest you in a whole new world? Looks great. Love the pattern. All nice and small. Wow, really? So in this clutch, we should only have normals and Goldeneyes. I say only, obviously. Anytime you have hatchling blood pythons, it's an exciting experience, whether they're normal or not. And we love hatching blood pythons. Don't like getting bit by them, but we love hatching them. I know you're full of it, aren't you? And I'm all chicken scratch over here. Look at that, that's a lot of pattern. Yeah, good for you. Great pattern on that. I like it a lot. Very puzzly. This guy's got himself in a little precarious spot. So I'm trying to get in around it here. There we go.
You have an escapee. You have an escapee. You have an escapee.
So it's kind of hard to pay attention to everything I need to pay attention to. And this little guy here was coming out biting. Great color. Just really, really fantastic looking. It's ready to go. Ready to go. We're on box 2 of Clutch 8. This is Goldeneye to Bangka. Allie and I were just reminiscing a little bit. We've had the Goldeneye since 2008 and the Bangka since 2009. And the original intention of buying the Bangka was to breed to this Goldeneye male. And we just never did it. So this is the first time we tried to do it. And it goes along with our concept for 2021, and that was to breed some of our older, well-out crossbred animals with some of our morphs. Not to necessarily strengthen stuff. We don't have anything that's weak that we feel like we need to strengthen, but we really wanted to preserve the genetic diversity of the animals. We certainly feel like we have stuff that just isn't available in other collections anymore, and we wanted to try to get that out into other collections. So that's what our projects, most of our projects are for 2021. And so far I'm pretty excited with the results. So in this clutch, everybody picked except for one egg, naturally. So we are going to cut open that egg to make sure everything's okay. And if we need to, we will allow it to stay in the incubator for a little while longer. Nice pattern, good colors, nice and feisty. Stomachs look great. Everybody looks how they should. I am seeing some subtle aberrancies. I don't know if it's outside of the norm that you would see just based on the numbers of animals that we have here, but I'm seeing some aberrancies in the pattern, some aberrancies in the even the head striping on some of these guys. This guy has about 20 cuts in here, and he's decided that he's going to come out of the smallest one. Hey guy, what's going on? Hello. So mom and dad both, I'm sorry, the female Bangka that we have does throw aberrant pattern, and that's what we're seeing here. A lot of this is very consistent. And the male Bangka that we have also does. So it's no surprise to see some of these aberrancies. Still can't get over that birthmark on the Goldeneye. Oh, this one looks great. Check that out. Look at the sides. Mm-hmm. Look at that. That is smoking. It's showing its body parts to us.
Is it a boy or girl?
I don't know. I'm watching the sharp end. Holy moly, that thing is coming at me. I'm scared. So we did lose a couple eggs during the incubation process. There was another video where I'd mentioned that we mark eggs that roll with an X, and we lost 3 eggs during incubation, 2 of which were marked with an X. So this was definitely one of those instances where there was a problem with the rolled eggs. I'm going to venture to guess that it had something to do with them being rolled and not that there was something wrong with them to begin with. But of course, that's me being optimistic. But that thing is just upset, isn't it? Look at those sides. There's not another baby in there that has those nice big blotchy orange sides. So for those of you that have been following us long before our YouTube videos, back before we produced even the first pixels, we did our Bangka to Bangka breeding that produced the killer bee. So you'd be familiar with the type of aberrancies those animals throw. We're not seeing anything wild and crazy like that just yet. They're really kind of funny. thing has got a monster head on it. Do you see that?
They all have pretty big heads, actually.
Do they? Why is that guy acting like crazy? You don't like the light, do you? I don't like the light either. The flashing's driving me crazy. Okay, this guy had a little crazy cutting party, so we're going to help him out here. This was one of the last two eggs, and it only just pipped. Cut through some of its veins, obviously. So that's really gross. Yeah. So, this guy did cut his egg, but he's obviously not right. You can see there's all sorts of very gross stuff in there, and there's some kinking. That would explain all the blood coming out of the cuts there. And then, unfortunately, this guy did not make it. There are a number of things that could lead to that. It could be a twisted umbilicus. It could be just bad egg yolk food. There's any number of things. It could just be a congenital defect that leads to it. There's any number of things that could lead to that type of situation. So here is the last egg, and I don't know what to expect after seeing the egg just before it, but we're going to open it up. We're going to be optimistic that it is just late to the party and that everything is fine. Not seeing any, oops, there's blood. Okay. So far it looks like it's just some of the veining. Nice little Goldeneye. It is alive, touching it, and it is moving. So instead of messing with that one because it wasn't ready to come out, I am going to put it back in the container, and it will go in the incubator for another day or so. Thank you for joining us for Clutch 8, Goldeneye to Bangka. We are super excited for this one. And I got to be honest with you, there are a couple animals in here that are absolutely going on the list to stay here. Thank you for joining us. If you have any comments, anything you'd like to share with us, please leave them below. If you would, like the video, it helps. And if you have not already, please hit the subscribe button. Again, happy Father's Day.